Let's see. So I hope that you can, first of all, hear me well. Doesn't matter so much if you see me because it won't be that much to see here. I wanted you can get to experience your practice today. So it will definitely look different for each and every one of us. And if you practiced in yoga with me before, you know that I like to have something in hand, like a cushion or a bolster if you have that at home, if you have yoga blocks, or just have some pillows, make it cozy for yourself, and try to relax. If you maybe had a free day or you worked until now, it's Thursday, and we deserve a little bit of a break. At least that's how I feel right now. So I guess that we can get started right away. And our first position will be a child's pose. And you get to choose here if your knees are feeling healthy this evening. You can settle with your hips near your heels. Otherwise, you can use one of your cushions here to come just a little bit higher up. You can even use the cushion under your knees. Can also feel nice. And just let yourself pour down. Choose where you want to have your arms. See if they want to find their way extended but relaxed. Maybe you want to reach for the soles of your feet, giving yourself a nice massage here if that's what you want. Take a couple of moments just to feel the pressure of your lower abdomen pressing towards your thighs. Let your forehead come near the ground, maybe even touching the ground. Also a great place for a pillow if you want that. And just let the breath flow here. I'll have my arms extended this evening. It feels like it gives me a nice stretch for the muscles on my back and around my neck, but that's just a personal choice. So slowly observe your breath here. Find the position that feels comfortable for the body. So you shouldn't feel any acute pain here in your knees, your hips, your ankles. If you feel that this is already too much for you, you can always choose to lie on your back and just hug your knees towards your chest. You're getting the same advantage. And when you feel that you found your place, you found where you want to stay, just stay there, observing the physical body. Observe where your body touches the surface underneath you. Observe how it feels to touch the mat or a blanket with your lower legs. Observe if you have the palms of your hands facing towards the sky or maybe facing towards the mat. Observe where your forehead touches the pillow, a blanket, maybe even your hands. Observe if there is any tension that you can release from your shoulders and neck. Observe how with every breath your rib cage gets a little bit wider, creating space in all directions. Pressing gently towards your knees. And observe the contraction of your rib cage that naturally happens when you breathe out. Maybe observe your jaw. See if you can release some tension from there, maybe from your face muscles, muscles surrounding your eyes, maybe even your forehead. And as you do, as you observe your physical body, maybe you notice that something there that is waiting for you to release. Most of us hold tension somewhere in the body, maybe even unconscious. And when we get still, it's easy to see where it is and maybe a little bit easier to release. Not every time, but sometimes it can be. Expand your breath if you feel that there is space for that. And stay here for 5 more rounds of breath. We've been here for a couple of minutes, so if it gets intense, if you feel some compression on the front side of your body, it's completely normal. But anytime if you feel the need, you can exhale through your mouth. Make the exhalation a little bit longer so you get into that relaxing mode. One last breath. Deep inhale, send it in the entire body. And complete exhale exactly as you need it right now. In a moment, we will slowly get up and take your time. Be as unproductive as you can be here. There's no rush. Maybe take one round of breath when you come up, just to recalibrate here in the center. Maybe hips find the ground and you want to take a couple of windshield wipers just to rinse it out. Great. Next, we're gonna get into caterpillar. So it's also a forward fold where your legs are extended. You can always have something underneath your knees if you have some issues with your lower back or you just feel that this is more cozy. And maybe even using something underneath your hips if you need, just to have a forward tilt. And exactly as you did before, when you're ready, just pour forward without any consideration for alignment. You can round your shoulders, you can let your neck be heavy, and if that's too much for your neck right now, use something that can support your forehead here. Whatever you have in near you, you can even use your hands. I like sometimes doing that. So find your spot here, find your sweet spot. No pain, as I said before, but you should feel some sensations in your hamstrings, which are the back of your thighs, the lower back, your lumbar spine. And when you found that sensation that feels maybe a little bit uncomfortable, but it's something that you can stay with and you can let it grow while you breathe here. When you found that spot, stay here. And I know that the mind begins to wander. That's what the mind does. We don't need to judge ourselves for it. But when it does, you can always bring your awareness back to your body and just ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Where do I sense tension, pressure? Do I experience any kind of pain? In that case, use your discernment and maybe just back off a little. Maybe you went too far. It can happen. You can always come back. And I haven't said this, but you can keep your eyes closed for the entire practice. There's nothing to see here. Just observe yourself. Observe your body, your breath. Observe what thoughts come up when you do get still. And keep asking yourself, where do I hold tension right now? Is there any place that allows me to release, soften, a little bit. Doesn't have to be much. But you know when you do that, it's that feeling of the good hurt, the good release. Feels like you let go just a little bit. For me, it's always my shoulders and my jaw. For you, can be somewhere else, maybe your forehead, your eyes, maybe your neck. Observe what's there for you. We're gonna take 5 more rounds of breath here. Maybe you observe that your body has invited you to go deeper. You can follow that. Maybe you notice that your hamstrings are trying to resist here. It's normal. Taking longer exhalations if you want to get into that relaxing mode. One last breath here. Make it big without forcing it. So let it expand your body. Let it bring oxygen to every cell of your body, but without force. Complete exhale, release, and slowly you can push the mat away and come up. Take your time here. The transition between poses in Yin Yoga is also slow. We don't rush, we take our time. And see what you need here. Do you want to bend your knees to come again to those windshield wipers? You maybe want to come to a tabletop position. See what's there. Just have a couple of more poses, and they will be lying on your back. So you can have a blanket maybe on your yoga mat, or not. Have it as you like it. Just found your way. Maybe bringing your knees into your chest, taking here a couple of moments. And we will take a gentle twist to the left. And this can be any kind of twist that you have in your practice right now. You can directly bend your knees and send them towards the floor. Use something here underneath them if you feel that that feels better. You can even wrap your right leg around your left and then take a twist or any other variation. Observe where the right shoulder is, maybe lifting just slightly from the mat. If so, try and release it. Let it lower back. And again, use a pillow if you need underneath your shoulder, underneath your knees. Check if you want to have your knees closer to your body or not. Take a couple of moments here. Don't go directly into the pose. Let your body ease into it. Observe where your arms naturally land. Is it somewhere on your body? Maybe open arms, palms facing towards the ceiling. You get to choose here. We're going to spend about 3 minutes here. So once again, scan your physical body. Observe where it touches the mat. Observe how you can release, if you can release any tension. You shouldn't feel any pressure that you need to. Sometimes it's not possible. That's okay. Be aware, observe. Observe without judging, without getting attached to that thought. Maybe helps to visualize your breath here. See the flow of air coming into your body. And then releasing, finding its way out. Maybe letting your knees be just a little bit softer. Observe how the ground supports you. Try to keep yourself warm. I decided to have my socks on today even though it's April, we had some snow here in Sweden, so yeah, that's why the winter clothes. Maybe it's warmer where you are. Maybe you visualize the sun. And over again, come back to your body. Be present and observe how the sensations change over time. Might be a subtle shift. Sometimes it's more dominant, sometimes it's more right there, right in your face. Observe what is, and not trying to change it in any way. If you can release tension, you're of course invited to do so. Otherwise, stay with what is. Even the uncomfortable. Take 3 rounds of breath. If you feel like exhaling through your mouth, please do so. If you feel like humming, if you're acquainted with that breathing, which calms the nervous system, you can do that. So on your exhalation, it will be like an intern om. It will be something like So do that if that feels nice. That stimulates the vagus nerve, which calms our nervous system. So once again, it's your practice. Slowly come out. Again, take your time, maybe helping your knees come back to center and taking a twist to the right. It doesn't need to be the same one as you took on the left side. Again, use a pillow. You can even have it like between your knees. That's also nice sometimes. But you can have it underneath. You can also have it underneath your left shoulder. You can cross your legs or not. Feel what your right side needs right now. Open arms. I like that version for tonight. Maybe you prefer to have your hands closer to your body. See what's there. Taking 2 rounds of breath just to find your way. And observe where the first sensations come up. Is it the lower back? Is it the outer hip? Is there somewhere on your left side body? Observe where your gaze goes, even if your eyes are closed. Observe where it tends to go. And we're gonna ease into our pose here for 3 minutes with minimum muscle engagement. Coming back to your breath, to the sensations that come up. Maybe observing your thoughts. It's interesting to see what comes up when in your mind when the body gets completely still. And can you release even more? Is that available right now? Just notice if the sensations in your body are changing in any way. You have just 5 more rounds of breath here, but in case you feel that you cannot sustain the pose, you are, of course, welcome to come out, listen to your body. Make the breath bigger without forcing it. It will naturally expand. Observing everything that moves when you breathe in and out. One more big inhalation. Let it wash over your body. Exhale through your mouth and slowly come back. And our last pose together, it will be legs up the wall. Maybe you do have a wall near, so use that if that's available. Otherwise, you can just lift your legs a little bit relaxed here so they don't need to be straight. Just extend them towards the ceiling. If you like to make this a slight inversion, you can use a block or a pillow just underneath your sacrum. It's the same if you want to do this with the help of a wall. And you can also choose to just have your legs bent here. Sometimes I like that. See if it's a variation that works for you, or have your legs extended. See what's there. Take a couple of moments if you need to move around, but do it slowly. Even if you get yourself near a wall, do it with slow moves. Just a couple of breaths here, just to change the flow. Close your eyes, let them be heavy, or have the eyes open. Many options. You can choose what works for you. If you've been working all day standing, this is delicious. This also works best if you keep your legs on the wall. Can be there for quite a long time. So we can take together 3 more rounds of breath. But as you are in your own home, maybe you want to choose and stay here for a while. You are, of course, more than welcome to do so. Stay here as long as you like, as long as your body needs this. But if you feel that this was enough for you, maybe let the pillow or the yoga block just go to the side. Let your hips find the ground. Maybe taking a round of breath here just to see what is. We will slowly find our way to a seated position if you want. Maybe letting your body come to the left, to the right, so roll on your side, taking an unproductive journey. So taking your time, you're not in a hurry. So maybe you found your comfortable sitting position. Maybe you're still with legs relaxed up the wall. Just let your hands find your body wherever you are. Close your eyes. And breathe slowly and with awareness. Be aware that you're breathing right now in this moment. Without forcing. You can gently open your eyes, just thanking your amazing body for everything that it does for you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me this evening, and I'll see you soon. Have a great night. Namaste.